morning show, 12 minutes after the hour, y'all. This segment is being brought to you by Toyota Highlander. That's right, man. Don't go out. Go all out in the all-new Toyota Highlander, featuring an all-new premium interior and available JBL audio system. Toyota, let's go places. Eva got your front page. Good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wash Up Wednesday. Here's a quick look at your front page news. So the first COVID-19 vaccine developed here in the U.S. is now ready for final testing. That's right. Results of the first 45 volunteers who received the vaccine looked promising for the fight of the virus. Final results are expected by the end of the year. Now, meanwhile, 132 people in Florida died from COVID-19 yesterday. Florida is averaging about 81 deaths per day, more than double what it was about 2 weeks ago. That number is the second highest number in the U.S., only behind Texas. Now, the other hotspot, which is Arizona, reported over 3,500 hospitalizations yesterday and sadly 92 deaths. Also, President Trump was back at it again. That's right. During an interview with CBS News, Trump pushed back on a question about black people being killed by the police and saying that people being killed by the police are more likely to be white. He also defended the Confederate flag, saying, and I quote, "People love it. I know people that like the Confederate flag and they are not thinking about slavery," end quote. Okay. Finally, we need prayer warriors solicited. Gary, please help me for Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Ginsburg was hospitalized for a possible infection related to her fight to pancreatic cancer. 87-year-old Ginsburg went into the hospital on Monday for a procedure, but is said to be resting comfortably now, so she stays in our prayers. That's a quick look at your headline news. Rock T, what is going on with James Harden in the NBA?
Well, he arrived to the NBA Disney's campus 5 days after his team flew into Orlando. No reason has been disclosed for his delay, but keep in mind, his teammate Russell Westbrook tested positive for COVID-19, so that's why he hasn't arrived yet. So some people are speculating that could be the reason. Philadelphia city officials announced that there will be no fans allowed in the stands for Philadelphia Eagles games or Philadelphia Phillies games in 2020 due to coronavirus pandemic. And Cleveland Browns, there's some sources out there that they're finalizing a 5-year deal, $125 million extension with their star defensive end, Myles Garrett. This would make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. And I got a little bit of good news. Hopefully, the Washington, formerly Redskins, they got to do this, man. As they continue to discuss what their new nickname will be, it's a no-brainer. Choose the Washington Red Tails in honor of the Tuskegee Airmen, which is a group of African-American pilots who fought in World War II. They had planes with red painted tails on them. I don't think there's any other option, in my opinion. You know, if you're trying to honor what's going on with social justice and so on and so forth, the Washington Red Tails is my vote. There it is. Gary, what you got there, man?
All right, Vivica Fox, baby. We ain't heard from that girl in a minute, but now she is speaking out again. Now, Vivica Fox made the announcement recently, y'all, that she wants, listen to this, she wants Zendaya to play her daughter, honey, in the third film, y'all, of Kill Bill Volume 3. She said, yes, honey, she loves Zendaya. Zendaya resembles her. She said she's a tall, nice, skinny girl, honey, and she would do very well in this movie. Have we seen any of the Kill Bill movies?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, they're pretty dope. They got a lot of action.
Yeah.
And the girl that plays her daughter, that does look like, Zendaya does look like she could be a growner version of her daughter.
You think?
Yes.
Well, I'm looking at her because that's just like Aretha Franklin wanted Halle Berry to play her. I'm like, child, these girls be picking people under that. I'm like, I don't know if y'all really resemble or not. But nevertheless, she said she's hoping that Quentin Tarantino, choose her because she feels that she's the best person. And you know what? I think that's real good now that they're allowing these actors and actresses to choose people, to play a role like, to resemble them or whatever in their movies or whatever, because that didn't happen back in the day. But I'm glad that, Vivica feels this way, and Zendaya, as you say, honey, kind of look like it, but she really don't look like it to me, but nevertheless.
No, but she looks like her daughter in the original Kill Bill movie. So she doesn't look like how Vivica Fox looks today, but she does resemble the little girl that Vivica Fox had in the movie. Oh, and if she was to be grown up today, she would look like Zendaya.
Oh, all right. There you go, honey. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today is Cameo Rose. On the high end, you say Cameo Rose, and on the low end, you say Beautiful Mauve. That's your color for today. Now, Brent, what's going on on with Kanye?
Well, Kanye West has reportedly dropped out of the presidential race. I'm going to tell you all about it in a hot spot. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot
And that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, 29 before the top of the hour. Y'all, the segment's being brought to you by Simple Mobile. That's right, man. You can get the no contract advantage with no mystery fees, no activation fees, and no contract ever. Simple Mobile, out with the old, in with the simple terms and conditions at simplemobile.com. What up, Rat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. Well, I got sad news for some of you Kanye fans. It's being reported that Kanye has dropped out of the 2020 presidential race. Multiple campaign professionals have claimed that Kanye started the process of having his name included on the ballots for Florida and other states as a third-party candidate in opposition to Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Well, a source said that they had been contacted by Kanye's team about going to Florida to get the necessary signatures so that he could be on the ballot by July 15th. By the deadline, in order to meet the ballot requirements, 781,000 Florida voters would have to sign the petition in less than a week. So since Kanye entered the presidential race late in the game, his name is unable to appear on many state ballots, and this will make it difficult for him to earn enough votes to be elected. Steve Kramer, a get out and vote specialist who was hired by Kanye's team to help out in Florida, has confirmed that Kanye West is out of the race. Ricky?
Oh, you just wasted your breath. Go on to the next story. When I tell you there's somebody, there's two people on this earth I'm not studying, and he both of them.
All right, y'all. Moving on, the official autopsy for Naya Rivera has been released, and according to reports, she drowned by accident, and there were no signs of drugs or alcohol. And findings note that the conditions of her body was consistent with the time that she was submerged in the lake. And after it was announced about Naya Rivera, people took to social media to, of course, drag her ex, Big Sean. Now he is receiving backlash for his 2014 hit IDFWU, which stemmed from him and Naya's breakup earlier that year. So they dragging him, and one person said, "I dare you to ever perform that song." And another one wrote, "If this man has any heart, he'll personally retire that song." We know who that song was about, when in reality, it's the other way around.
When he made the song, he knew she was gonna die.
Right. Exactly.
What if you got 10 years from now?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I'ma just end that story. Moving on, y'all. Snoop Dogg and DMX will battle it out on Instagram. Snoop Dogg and DMX will go head to head in the versus battle, and they're gonna call it the Battle of the Dogs, Wednesday, July 22nd. Now, I don't know about this. I love DMX, and you know I love Uncle Snoop. Now, Snoop seemed like he might have way more songs than DMX. What y'all think?
Not even close.
Yeah. I don't like this battle. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. What you say, Eva?
I don't know. You already know where I'm at on that one.
Oh, Lord. To get caught up on those stories and more, you can go to RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. I'm wrapping up the hot spot right there. Coming up next, we got Rock T's HBCU. And in the meantime, in between time, hit us up for them wake-up calls. That's 1-866-9-RICKEY, 1-866-9-RICKEY. It's 26 minutes before the top of the hour, y'all. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
HBCU.
Oh, do I got a good one for y'all today? Rock Teasy for Sheezy up in here. Yes, stand up, baby. It's about that time to highlight, showcase, put a spotlight on all of our heroes and sheroes that attended or currently attend our historically black colleges and universities. Today is extra special. Shout out and salute to Dr. and Master Surgeon LaSalle D. Lafall Jr., two-time valedictorian. Oh, count it if you ain't got nothing to do. He was valedictorian of his high school senior class. He then went on to attend Florida A&M University, a.k.a. FAMU, at the age of 15, where he graduated summa cum laude at the age of 18. Oh, I ain't done, ladies and gentlemen. Then he further extended his education at another one of our phenomenal historically black colleges and universities, where he was valedictorian once again of his Howard University College of Medicine class. Dr. LaSalle D. LaFall Jr. was the first African-American president of the American Cancer Society of Surgical Oncology and American College of Surgeons. And oh, by the way, he served as chairman of the board of directors for the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation. Salute to one of America's top doctors, Mr. Dr. Master Surgeon LaSalle D. LaFall Jr. If you didn't know, now you know. If you want me to highlight your favorite HBCU, hit me up on my social media platforms at Rock T Holla. Let's get it.
HBCU, no. Dr. Conley, what do you think?
Good morning, Rickey Smiley. Yes, sir. The Moderna vaccine. Good morning, and to all the Rickey Smiley Morning Show listeners. The vaccine announced by Moderna Pharmaceuticals is now in stage 3. In the early stage of stage 2, which was an efficacy stage, stage 1 was a safety stage. 2 showed that it did work, and it worked in everybody that was in the trial, and they're trying various doses. There were some side effects in every dose, but none that required anybody to get out of the study. So they're deciding on a middle dose, and that's going to give people some protection. They are now opening stage 3, which will have 30,000 participants to determine, again, how long it works and whether you're going to have prolonged immunity. So that was great news, and that's moving along at light speed. Remember, it would normally take 5-10 years to develop a vaccine, and we're doing so in less than 1 year with new technology. So, Ricky, with all the people that are coming up now, we're now at 3.48 million cases. There were 62,000 new cases yesterday and almost 1,000 deaths. We're staying pretty good at that rate. People are, we talked about asymptomatic cases. What about the symptoms again? Let's go over the symptoms that people should have or can have when they're infected with the coronavirus. Those are the early symptoms: fever, cough, shortness of breath, or the general category of flu-like symptoms. Now, things that we found out over time: pink eye, a runny nose, GI upset, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, body aches, any area on your body with the area of redness or swelling, or a whole body rash, headaches, seizures, fainting spells, confusion, loss of sense of taste, loss of sense of smell, and just confusion. So these are things that make it so difficult to make that diagnosis, and why the mantra in my office is now, if a person has anything wrong with them, if they feel, if their blood pressure is no longer controlled, it's too high, too low, their blood sugar is too high, too low, anything they say, I just don't feel right, then we're doing coronavirus testing on them, and we're finding a significant number of people that are testing positive with variety of symptoms. Yes.
Wow.
So let me tell you, and now with school starting, what type of problems can we expect with the students going back? And what's important now is to find out what kind of plan your school has, because there's no uniformity in the planning. People have various suggestions, including starting off the entire semester with homeschooling and Zoom classes, etc. So that, of course, is your zero risk option, staying at home. But we do need to try to get the kids back in the classroom if we can. But not only are the kids at risk, but the workers at the school, the teachers, the janitors, all the adults, and are usually older, and they are in the high risk category just from that perspective. But if they have any comorbid health conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, asthma, or they smoke, then they're going to be at higher risk. So we got to be very, they're making this go back to school thing up immediately. I'm telling people the default posture is you can always send your kids to school if you're not happy with the situation, or at the very first sign of an outbreak, you can always pull them out and go back to Zoom classes. I don't think they're going to have any problems transitioning people, even though they're not really offering that option up front.
Excuse me, Dr. Collier, I don't mean to interrupt you, but growing up in church and stuff like that, we're very afraid of Revelation and everything the Bible says. Now, some people are saying this vaccination may have like a chip in it or something. Is it possible for that to even happen? Can a chip be small enough to be put in a needle through a vaccination, or we don't have to worry about that?
All right, and now hold that thought. We can answer it on the other side. Coming up, y'all, Dr. Collier will answer that more. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, top of the hour, y'all. We got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier. Right before we went to break, Brad, what was that question you asked again?
what I said to, sorry, my mic was off. What I said to him, I know that we grew up in church and we grew up very scared of revelation. And some people are saying that in this new vaccination, it could possibly be a chip or something that could track us or whatever. I know they could find us any kind of way, but is this possible to get something like this in the vaccination through a needle to get through our skin?
Like mark of the beast.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think that would be an issue that we'd be concerned about. You can track anybody in the United States if they are showing you this information now by your cell phone data. And they are companies that are out there that are telling where you're going, when you're going, etc. That data is available. They have travel information on how people are migrating. So the information is readily available. I don't think people need to worry about a chip. I do think if a vaccine becomes available, people should get it. A lot of, we have this whole thing called anti-vaxxers now. People that don't want vaccines, and people are saying, even if they get one, I'm not going to get it. But with this death rate going up, and I'm sure we will reach the predicted number of 200,000 much earlier than September that was predicted earlier, I think people are going to be, and people are, they should appropriately now be once again afraid of the coronavirus, because we were becoming a little complacent. People were not worried about it. But I think now I'm seeing that attitude change in my office once again.
Wow. All right, Dr. Collier, let everybody know how you can be reached.
You can reach me on all social media at Ask Dr. MJ Collier. And remember, these are the opinions of Dr. MJ Collier, not that of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show or its radio affiliates. Go to the website, lipodrops.com, to find out how to boost your immune system. Find out about the new Lipo Immune product, which has zinc, liposomal vitamin C, and elderberry extract that help boost your immune system.
There it is, y'all. The one and only Dr. MJ Collier.
Hold it. Half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, 6 minutes after the hour, y'all. Gary has the tea and the clue of the day brought to you by
Urban One. We have the power to change the course of history. Make sure your voice is heard with your one vote. Go to news1.com/vote and register to vote. Gary.
Good morning, Rocky. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. It's a very, very sad time, y'all, for Real Housewives of Atlanta star Portia Williams, honey, and Love and Hip Hop star Miss Jandy Smith. Now, they were both arrested, y'all, in Louisville, Kentucky on yesterday, y'all, at a protest for Breonna Taylor. Now, they're saying, y'all, according to TMZ, the protest, which was organized by activist Tamika Mallory, y'all, Until Freedom organization, took place outside of the home of Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron, y'all, who has, as of yet, y'all, to file criminal charges against the cops involved in Breonna's death, y'all. Now, they're saying, y'all, that Portia and Jandy were both cited for criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and intimidating a participant in legal process, y'all. Now, they're saying, in addition to Portia and Jandy, over 100 protesters were also arrested, including, Tamika activist and rapper Trey the Truth. And now they're saying, y'all, that, Portia she may still be in jail. So some people saying she was released, but I haven't heard anything yet if she's been released or not. Have y'all heard if she's been released?
Brad, have you heard anything?
Yeah, I've been communicating with Dennis and Lauren, and she should be out early this morning. So I don't know if it's happened yet.
Oh Lord, she spent the night. Yeah, because when you're not in the system,
she's not by herself.
Yeah, but when you're not in the system, you're gonna be in there a minute. But I really just appreciate her taking a stand, and Tamika Mallory and everybody, because we're just not gonna allow that to go silent,
Yeah.
Wow.
She got it in her blood, though.
Yes,
her
absolutely.
grandfather was an activist. Now, I saw Portia's braids. They looked a little detangled, but that's good that she's going to get up. No, it just didn't look right.
She going to kill you when she get out. She going to kill you on Dish Nation.
You know she is.
She going to get her hair done. As soon as she get out, she going to be looking good.
Ain't nobody trying to care about how their hair look for no protest. That's not the point.
It just didn't look. I'm just saying it looked just disheveled. But anyway.
Not disheveled.
Moving on, honey. Another celebrity news, y'all. Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, y'all, they say, y'all could all go to hell, baby. These girls, honey, Will and Jada are right now, as we speak, honey, in the Bahamas, honey. They are in the Bahamas right now, relaxing, honey. They're staying, y'all, in a $3,000 a day room or what have you.
We can't talk this morning.
Now they're saying y'all it's the Albany. I don't know if any of y'all ever been to the Albany, but they're saying it's only $3,000 a night, and Will and Jada, honey, are arrested very well. Now they said y'all they immediately rushed there, honey, after they did that Red Table Talk deal. They said they immediately went to the Bahamas. So in essence, they like y'all, whatever, honey. We're gonna sit here and talk about this here stuff, honey, and give y'all what y'all need to hear, and we're about to go live our lives. But now they're also saying too, y'all, that August Alsina, a lot of people saying y'all that he's still a little distraught by what went down, and they're saying y'all, he still had a lot more to say, but he decided not to say it because he didn't want to go any further with that situation. But my thing, people acting like, honey, he was the victim. Hell, Jada was the victim, not him. He would have took advantage of her when she was going through a time of mess up with her husband and what have you. So it's like he took advantage of her, but they trying to make like
she the older person. She took advantage of him because the boy got issues and he was going through some things. He went to her for some counseling.
But she was going through some things too. Remember, she and Will were broken up. I mean, so she was going through some.
It's a two-way street. They needed each other and they comforted each other.
Yeah, so honey, don't just make like, honey, he's the doggone victim, honey. Like he just.
They didn't comfort, they smashed.
And they did not smash, they entangled. So let me
Tell him, Gary.
You're going to say it right here.
You better say it right.
So nevertheless, but we're going to keep all parties lifted up in prayer, y'all, and hopefully everything goes well with them, and and it just become friends again. That's what they really need to be, friends. Amen. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is Cameo Rose. On the high end, you say Cameo Rose, and on the low, you say Beautiful Mauve. That's a nice, beautiful summer color, mauve. It's like a light purple. Not all the way purple, but it's like light mauve. That's your color for today.
There it is. Y'all give it up to Gary with the T. That's wake-up calls. Give it 8669 Ricky, 8669 RICKEY. Wake-up calls coming up. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right. Here we go. Time for the wake-up calls. It is Wednesday. Let's go.
Wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Cause they woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so we be better. Wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Wanna know where you calling from? So come on and tell us and just wake up.
My name is Cayenne King, calling from DC. I'm waking up. My kid King, Kiana King. Wake up. Hey, this is Samantha calling out of South Carolina, and I want to wake up Jasmine and Diavion. Wake up. Wake up to my husband, Darnell Kelsey. Wake up.
This is Rico from Birmingham, and I'm calling to wake my son, Kevon Brock, and my granddaughter, London Brock. Wake up. Let's go.
Hey, this is Latoya Jackson. I'm calling from Amen, Louisiana. I want to wake up my daughter, Shakira, my son, CJ, and all my family co-workers at Our Lady of the Lake. Hey, Ricky, my boy put that monkey stomping on me last night, dog. Wake up.
Justin, wake up. Taylor said, wake up. Montgomery, wake up. Columbus, wake up. And Albany, wake up.
I appreciate it, Brad.
You welcome.
Shout out to the lady that got monkey stomped last night. That's what I'm talking about, man. Coming up next, we got church in 60 seconds with Pastor Fred up next. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for church in 60 seconds with the one and only Pastor Fred. Pastor Fred, good morning.
Yeah, take this church and shove it.
Oh, no.
I ain't preaching here no more.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Saints and angels, those that can, and there's those that can't.
Oh, yeah.
Brother Ricky and Mother Brad, I can remember being in a dark place in ministry at one time. I thought about hanging up my Bible. But God showed up.
Yeah.
And when he shows up, he shows out. I talked to one of my good friends, a good pastor friend of mine. He told me, let the folk run you around the church, but don't let them run you out.
Okay.
So I went back to the church and I said, can you please give me another chance? I want another chance. I told the church, I said, listen here, I got one thing to tell you, and I need to tell you the truth. I said, I got what you want. I got what you need. Can I get another shot? Let me show you this what I got. you want.
All right now.
Got what you need.
Yeah.
Can I get another shot? This time. I'm going to show you just what I got.
Right now.
Follow me at the real Pastor Frick. Can I please have another chance?
Oh, that was beautiful, Pastor. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Fred.
Amen.
Mother Brad. I got what you want. John Lion Sound on the 1 and 2, man. Chicken and waffle mix, man. Hey, what's going on, Black Tony?
Hey, Shotty, let me just say, boy, first of all, Shotty, Black Tony matters. Let's get that straight right now, Shotty.
Black Tony matters.
Yep.
It would matter. Right it would matter. Work matters. Come to work matters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Come to work matters. How about that?
Yeah, not hate. Hey, stop hating on Black Tony matters too, Shotty.
Hate on you. And nobody hating on you, bro. If I hating on you, nobody would have gave you a job up here to come to work.
Don't be trying to call me. I put my business in the street, though. But you trying to put all my business in the street.
You put your own business in the street. When you call up here every morning with an excuse as to why you don't come to work every day, man, we getting tired of it.
Shotty, you know what you're doing right now, though? Shotty, you dry snitching on another black man. Shotty, you dry snitching on me. You telling the whole world I don't come to work, messing up my prospect for employment after I leave your stinking ass. Look, Shotty.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
See how you do, bro? Attitude bad, man.
Nah, Shotty, your attitude bad because you put my business in the street. Why you gotta do that? Why you
don't want to call up here and jump on the radio with all those excuses as to why you don't come to work every day.
So you can tell me why I don't come to work. You can talk to me about that on off air. You ain't gotta talk to me about that on air. You trying to put me on blast? Trying to mess it up for me. What if I want to work with somebody else?
We don't call you, man. You the one calling in sick every day. Every single day, man. You ain't been to work in 3 years.
Ain't nobody said I was sick. I'm busy right now, so I hit a lick last night. I call you trying to do something for your ugly. I'm trying to do something for you.
What kind of lick you hit last night?
Mess up your blessing. That's what you finna do. You finna mess up your blessing because you don't know how.
What blessing I got? What blessing I got?
Well, I came up last night. That's what blessing I got.
How?
I don't even want to talk to you, so I'm talking to everybody else but you. I'm talking to Eva and Brett and the rest of them. I came up on some I got 70 gallons, Shawty, for that KFC mashed potato gravy, Shawty.
You got what?
Oh, that gravy.
70 gallons.
Good, dog.
70 gallons of KFC gravy?
That gravy good.
You put on everything, buddy. You put on greens, Shawty. You can put it on grits. You can put it on cheese grits. You can put it on eggs. You can put it on...
How you come up with 70 gallons of KFC gravy?
Shawty, it's a long story, but half of it illegal, so I'm not going to get into that. But it don't matter how I got it, Shawty. And I got some... And I got...
70 gallons of gravy?
Eva, you got a little baby, right?
Yeah.
So you know if you put that gravy in your baby bottle and let him drink it, it'll make him grow fast.
No, he's okay.
Your baby grows strong. Your baby grows strong, but you let that baby
end up in the NFL like that, man. You put that gravy in that baby bottle. He said, what goes on?
I'm telling you, so you better let that baby drink on that gravy.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, baby. Right here with me, I have Miss Bethany. Now, she's been a part of the peaceful protests that's been on here in Laurel. Now, Miss Bethany, tell us a little bit about, the reasoning. How have you felt being a part of this protest?
Well, I have felt it's all a blessing. It's Black Matter Live. We all have to come together. Everybody has to come together to get an understanding for peaceful protesting and to make a stand. Once they're united together, everything's going to be all right. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. Black Matter Lives.
Black Matter Loud.
What is it with Rock?
Black Matter Loud.
Black Matter Loud.
What you say? What you say, Miss Nail Lady?
I said Black Matter Loud. She paid my language. Black Matter Loud. Thank you very much. Make the move for you. Black Matter Loud.
She was serious too.
We made a good for you. You want your nails done? I give you good deal for you. $29.99. Is that your real hair or a pony hair? Pony eye. You're such a pretty girl. Black Matter Loud.
Well, I hate you, man. Turn her mic off.
Rickey Smiley, make it good for you. Make it good for you. Like my
Gary got the tea. And the color today coming up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. 5 minutes after the hour, y'all. The segment's being brought to you by Optima Tax Relief. Stop living in fear of the IRS and stop lying awake worried about the IRS garnishing your wages and freezing your bank accounts. Call Optima Tax Relief, 800-829-3181. That's 800-829-3181. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning, you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Ricky, it's a very sad day, y'all, for Nick Cannon. I don't know if y'all heard the disturbing news, y'all, but Viacom CBS has ended its decades-long relationship with Nick Cannon after he made comments, y'all, deemed anti-Semitic on his Cannon's Class podcast. Now, according to TMZ, y'all, they're saying the company said in a statement, while we support ongoing education and dialogue in the fight against bigotry, we are deeply troubled that Nick has failed to acknowledge or apologize for perpetuating anti-Semitism, and we are terminating our relationship with him. Now, they're also saying, the statement continued, that they say we are committed to doing better in our response to incidents of anti-Semitism, racism, and bigotry. And Viacom CBS will further announce on our efforts to combat hate of all kinds, y'all. Now, this is what really happened. Rick had went down there. They're saying on June the 30th, the day after my birthday, they're saying, y'all, Nick Cannon interviewed Professor Griff on his of the iconic group, Public Enemy. Now, they're saying weeks later, Nick started trending after a clip of him referring to white and Jewish people as the true savages started circulating on social media. Now, they say he was discussing the power white and Jewish people have and the ways they have treated melanated people. Now, they say he explained, our melanin is so powerful and it connects us in a way that the reason why white people fear us is because of the lack that they have of it. He said, when we have a person that has the lack of pigment, lack of melanism, they know that they will be annihilated. So, therefore, however, they got the power, they have the lack of compassion. Melanin comes with compassion. Melanin comes with soul. And it went on and on until the break of dawn. And they're saying, yeah, that Nick did not apologize. He said, what you want me to do? He said, you want me to get on my knees and bow down to you and stuff? He said, and if I do that, then we'll be going right back to doing the same thing we just talked about. So they're saying, honey, they had to let him go. So he said that people know that he's not a prejudiced person. He said he does not have a prejudiced body in his bone. He said people know this.
Prejudiced
so why
bone in his body?
Yeah, that too.
His body in the bone.
So the thing is, so I mean, do y'all think?
I've been following Nick for the last several years, and he has gotten very, how can we say, I don't want to say radicalized, but he's gotten very outspoken in his blackness. And
absolutely.
The problem with that is I agree with a lot of his viewpoints, and he has a really, really good way of saying what he says, but being in the positions that he's in, that could be a real dangerous position to take a lot of times.
It can be, but it goes back to that whole idea. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And given the position that he's in, he's using his platform and his power for change and for good. And, the people that don't want to see change are going to have a problem with that.
And then it goes to, too, if you don't own nothing, honey, you're on somebody else's platform, so to speak, that you got to, honey, do like the Romans do, huh?
Right, well, that's what I was saying. It's not that he's saying, he's standing up. He's a strong black man, but
when he owns
he's on somebody else's platform, like you said.
Well, speaking of really taking a stand, it really put tears in my eyes, man, and I was so moved emotionally when Tamika Mallory and Yanni, I think, and Yandy went to jail. They taking them, at the protest in Louisville, Kentucky, for Breonna Taylor, and that really touched my heart, man. When I saw them walk Portia away in those handcuffs, man, it really touched my heart and put tears in my eye. It was powerful.
It was.
It was so powerful. And let me tell you something. I know we all know Portia personally. We work with her, from Dish Nation and doing other events, man. She is serious about this. She is dead. Love her or hate her on Housewives of Atlanta, that has nothing to do with anything. When she takes a stand for something that she really believes in, or whatever, she is dead serious, and she's passionate about that, because who's going to leave their mansion and go to Louisville, Kentucky, and just go to jail.
Right.
And spend the night in jail, you know, and I believe that she's sincere and genuine, and I support her.
It's in her blood, Rick. It's in her blood.
Absolutely, man. But that was real powerful, and it really touched my heart. God bless her, and God bless all the protesters that will not allow them to forget that these white racist police officers walked in Breonna Taylor's house and killed her and shot her 8 times and shot her down like she was a dog. That was powerful, and
Ricky, there are some brothers out there too. Trader Truth got arrested. YMB Corday was out there, got arrested. 100 other people. The city is not letting up. Men,
think about all the people who got arrested in the 60s, man. The struggle ain't gonna come without sacrifice.
Absolutely. And I hope businesses and I wish everybody from University of Kentucky basketball team and Lexington, Kentucky, and the Louisville Cardinals football team and basketball team, all those basketball players and football players. Hey, y'all over here making all these universities money and getting them rich, and they done walked in Breonna Taylor's house and shot her down like a dog. I dare y'all to walk off those basketball and football team while you're making them rich, because they love you when you on a basketball court and on the football field, but you can't even sleep at night because they lied on those police reports and said that illegal stuff was coming to her house, and lied and went in there and killed her and then put her boyfriend in jail for trying to defend her. So you just need to take a stand, and I dare y'all to walk off those basketball and football teams. I dare you. I'm telling all parents of those kids, let them walk off. I'm just saying. Go ahead, Gary.
Thank you, Ricky X. The color today, honey, is Cameo Rose.
Ricky X.
Yes. Hell, I never went to RS Comedy. I just knew he was going to say something crazy.
Right. Go. Let them go to Kentucky State. You got an HBCU right down the street in Lexington. Send all them players from Louisville and from University of Kentucky. I dare everybody on the football teams and basketball teams and baseball teams going down there to Kentucky State University. You got an HBCU right there. I dare you. Do it for Breonna Taylor. I dare you.
Green and gold, baby.
All right, y'all. Y'all give it up for Gary with the team. All right, a lot of y'all don't know this, but taxes are due today. So coming up in what's trending, finance expert Janai Thornton joins us with everything you need to know about filing taxes during this year's COVID-19 delay. So if you have any questions about taxes, call right now, 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
It is 25 minutes after the hour, y'all. The same as being brought to you by Simple Mobile. That's right, y'all. You get the no contract advantage with no mystery fees, no activation fees, and no contract ever. Simple Mobile, out with the old, in with the simple. Terms and conditions at simplemobile.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, due to coronavirus outbreak, the IRS delayed tax day 2020 from its original April deadline, and today is the day that taxes are due. Our money expert, that's right, resident money expert Janai Thornton joins us this morning. Give her a big round of applause.
Good morning.
I'm telling you, man, we are so excited to have you this morning. So if you have any questions about today's tax filing deadline or anything, you can call right now, 866-9-RICKY. So Janai, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good to hear your voice this morning.
Good to hear your voice. I absolutely love you, and I love when you come on the show. Always excited. I saw you on the schedule. I said, yes! I always get excited about you in spirit. Y'all like my sisters, man. I love y'all so much now. So what if a taxpayer isn't able to meet today's July 15th deadline?
Well, a lot of us, including me, aren't ready to file today, so you just need to file an extension, just like you would have back in April. So that's Form 4868, and you will get automatic extension until October 15th to get your stuff together. So just go to irs.gov. Again, you want to pull down Form 4868 and go ahead and get that sent in today.
Eva, you had a question. You were saying what?
Absolutely. So what if you can't afford to pay your taxes that are due? Should you still file your taxes? Do you wait? What do you do if you know you can't pay?
Well,
even a lot of people, when they know that they owe, they won't file. And that's really the worst thing that you can do, because what's happening now, you're going to get hit with a failure to file penalty. So please file, pay as much as you can. But if you owe $50,000 or less and you're current on filing all your returns, I promise you it will take you less than 10 minutes to set up a payment plan with the IRS. They will give you 5 years to pay your taxes, up to 5 years.
All right, let's go to the phones. You're on with Janai Thornton. Good morning.
I need to know, what is the maximum amount that you can make in a year in order for you not to file taxes?
Okay, so if you're single, that amount is actually $12,200, but that's only for single people. But if you're married, if you're head of household, that income level is actually higher than that.
All right, you're on with Janai Thornton. Good morning.
I was wondering, if you have to pay back taxes, how do you set up a payment plan?
Okay, super easy to do that. All you have to do is go to irs.gov, and it says payment plan. Literally click that icon. You're just going to have to fill in a few fields, and again, less than 10 minutes, and you can set up your payment plan if you owe less than $50,000.
All right, you're on with Janai Thornton. Good morning.
I have a tax obligation from 2017, and I was wondering if I can go ahead and file my 2017 this year, today.
Yes. So if you have not filed any previous years, this is the perfect time to do it. So regardless of how far back you have to go, please file any previous years.
You're on with Janai Thornton. Good morning.
Yes, I want to see, can I get an extension? What number do I call to get the extension for October 5th?
Okay, so yes, you can definitely get an extension until October 15th, but you're going to have to complete Form 4868. But Ricky, what most people don't realize, if you know that you're going to get a refund, if you're positive of that, you don't even have to file an extension.
Oh.
So it's really for people, if you know that you owe, you definitely need to, and you need to pay as much as you can, because it's an extension of time to file. It is not an extension of time to pay. So pay as much as you can. But if you're certain, like that you're 100% certain you're going to get a refund, you can actually skip the extension, and you won't have any penalties or any issues.
All right, you're on with Janai Thornton. Good morning.
I've been trying to file my taxes, but at the end of the day, I don't have a PIN number. And I've been trying to get a PIN, and I can't get a PIN, and I know today is the deadline, so what do I do?
Now, it's going to be a little harder to get the PIN numbers right now because, obviously, y'all, the IRS is super, super backed up. So you're going to have to be patient, and you're going to have to continue to try to contact the IRS directly to get that. But you think they're understaffed. You know, we've had all this COVID craziness going on. So everything, you know, that would take a normal period of time is taking a lot longer with the IRS right now.
Ooh, Janai, let me find out they got one black lady that's 72 years old working in that tax office, looking over the top of them glasses with that little gray, that salt and pepper, little short fade.
With her mask on now, Ricky. She got her mask on now.
She got a mask on. She got all her jewelry on and a white diamond perfume, and she upset that all these calls coming in at one time. And by the time she get in that Buick LeSabre to drive home, them greens, that water done boiled off them greens, because she had them greens on real low, and she in there by herself and her supervisor. Janai.
Look, you know she's frustrated, but it is very tough right now. It's taking them longer to do everything. So, and please, everybody, please file your return electronically. It's taking them about 21 days to get you your refund if you file electronically. If you mail it, Ricky, it can take up to 10 weeks to get your refund if you mailing it.
Wow.
Yes. So please
I have a quick
file
question,
electronically.
Janai.
Sure.
What if you received a stimulus payment? Are we expected to pay taxes on the stimulus money that we will receive?
Well, you know, they're saying that no, stimulus money should not be taxable. So I'm hoping that it's going to stay that way, but no, stimulus money. However, I'm glad you asked about that. Unemployment is taxable. So for all of us who are receiving unemployment right now, yes, please have taxes taken out of your check that you're getting every single week, because a lot of people aren't having the taxes taken out, and when they get ready to file next year for 2020, all this unemployment they're getting, they're going to have a problem.
Right.
Hey, before Janai goes, Special K, have a question for you. So when people get their taxes back, what's a couple of things they can go to get at the Dollar General? Because I'm going today.
You so crazy.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, you can get those. Today they have on sale. They got those Libby's hickory smoked Vienna sausages. You can also get the potted meat while you're in that section. You might want to grab you a can of Brunswick stew. You might want to grab some of that Suavitel fabric softener. They got that in the clean linen scent and the floral scent. You also want to grab you some of those Suavitel dryer sheets, though. You got to use twice the amount that you would use if you were using fountains. Suavitel, those are a little bit thinner than the
Sound like a good
quite
deal.
as much. Yeah. You could also grab you some nice cooking utensils. They got the soup ladle sets. They also have cheese graters. They got the plastic ones and the stainless steel ones. I prefer the stainless steel.
Hey, he know all of this.
Yeah, they grate a little better. You could also go down the automotive aisle and get you some little bitty cans of Armor All Protected. They have that today.
Oh, Jesus, help me. Janai, I'm sorry, Janai, I know you ain't coming back on the show no more.
Janai, they got king-size Kit Kats, and they only $1.
Why does he know all of this?
That's up at the
I
register.
just need to know why he knows this.
Because I'm the hood correspondent on the show. This is my life. 19,000 and under, baby.
Woo, 19 and under, baby. That's what Janai, I apologize for Special K. He texted me.
Use that refund wisely, Special K. That's all I'm going to say. Use it wisely.
Janai, let everybody know how you can be reached.
Okay, if you have any questions, please reach out to me at Janai Thornton. That's JINITHORNTON. Y'all have a great day now.
Hey, Janai, you promise you're going to come back on the show? We'll act right. I promise you.
You know I'm going to be back, Ricky. Come on now. You know that.
That's right, y'all. Representing the sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Miss Janai Thornton, ladies and gentlemen.
Talk to y'all later.
Have a good day. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 14 minutes before the top of the hour. Ladies and gentlemen, our favorite grandmama just walked into the studio with her black and yellow bumblebee dress on, Miss Bernice Jenkins. Y'all give it up.
Joy divine, leaning on the everlasting. Lean. Yeah. You ain't got nobody else to lean on. Lean. That's all you got to do, Janie, is lean.
Yeah, lean.
Yeah, one day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking from you. Is our church announcement this morning and govern yourself?
Accordingly.
Govern yourselves.
Accordingly.
The morning worship services will be held again this Sunday at the church. We are back. Now, due to social distancing, we will be spread out across the front lawn again. But we'll be asking all older women not to wear White Diamond's perfume because it attracts Burma bees. And 17 people were stung last week by Burma bees. They came out there and they had on all that White Diamond and what's the other one called, Brett? White shoulders. White shoulders.
Yes.
And the pastor was trying to get a word, and the Burma bees lost their mind. It was Burma bee after Burma bee after Burma bee. And they was getting stung, and the ushers thought it was the Holy Ghost, and people was shouting, they was running. The pastor thought it had got good, so he started preaching harder, and more Burma bees came out, and then I thought it was a tornado, but it wasn't a tornado, it was a swarm of Burma bees taking over the church service, and it was not the Holy Ghost. And that's all the people ended up in the hospital, and they thought they had the coronas, and but it was the Burma bees had got a hold of them and stung everybody. But it wasn't the coronas, and we couldn't go up there to see him and give him communion, and the pastor could not go up there to pray for him because of the coronas. But the Burma bees attacked, so don't wear perfume.
Yeah, please.
Burma bees.
Didn't go well.
The Burma bees.
Miss Bernie, you like Skin So Soft by Avon?
You can wear Skin So Soft. The Burma bees ain't gonna come out, and the mosquitoes gonna stay away from you.
Okay.
Or we just gonna burn some old jeans and some old towels. We'll light them.
Okay.
Please pray hard. Pray hard. Janie, you know Mother Flozell Daniels.
Yeah.
Okay, now her daughter Niecy gave birth to twins on Monday after being pregnant for just 8 months. Now, they still at the hospital because both babies was born with the ability...
They had the ability to do.
The ability to stand straight up and take off running. Both of the babies, after they was burned, they stood up. And they took off running. The doctors think it's because Niecy admitted that she was drunk. And she had drunk a 6-pack of Red Bull every day while she was pregnant. And now they thinking about pressing charges and calling the DFACs on her. Because they told her, don't drink Red Bulls when you're pregnant. As soon as them baby was born, they stood straight up and took off running through the hospital. And homegoing service. Homegoing service for 98-year-old Mother Luella Goggins. You know Mother Goggins?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the funeral gonna be on Friday. And she had suffered from chest pain, knee cramps, torn ACL in both legs, earlobe cancer, dry feet. But that ain't what killed her. She was sleeping at a hotel because they had to set off roach bombs at her house for a couple of days. And she's so small. She's so small that the housekeeping didn't know that she was still in the bed. And the woman pulled the linen so tight and so fast that poor Luella was mashed down up under that. And ended up in the hotel washer and dry. But so now the body at the funeral home, she don't have to have a bath. Her hair already blow dried, so the funeral gonna be on Friday. That concludes our church announcement. Jane, I'll call you tomorrow. All right, Jane. All right.
This after the hour, y'all. Listen, man, I'm so excited. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, hey, please help me welcome NAACP Image Award nominee Essence Atkins to the show. Essence, what's up?
Good morning.
So glad to have you on this morning. I'm so excited for you. TV1's Coins for Love, Sunday, July the 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hey, so it goes down Sunday. So tell us about the movie and your character, Madison.
Okay, so the movie is actually a sequel, but if you haven't seen Coins for Christmas, you'll still be able to jump right in. Coins for Love is a story about a single mom, and she is about to start the foray into a new career position, a dream position, but she's still struggling, like so many of us, with that life-work balance of trying to figure out how to give her all to this great opportunity that she's dreamed of while still making sure that her kids are straight, making a kind of a meager salary because it's an entry-level position, but if she proves herself and does amazing, she's going to get the opportunity to stay and work as an editor, which has always been her dream. And at the same time, her ex-husband is trying to come back in there, and there's a potential romance with her side hustle boss, who's now become her friend, played by Stephen Bishop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, Essence, you
have a love triangle. which I know
a
nothing
good
about.
love story. You've played in love stories. You've played in comedies. You've appeared in so many classic shows in the past, from Cosby shows to Family Matters, Smart Guy, and you keep on working. So, what is your favorite show that you've ever been a part of?
Oh gosh, I've had some really amazing opportunities and career like hits, as you were to say. I guess as they say in radio, I've had so many hits. But I love. There's been different reasons to love different things. Like I loved working on Marlon on NBC, which is now on Netflix. And I love working with Marlon Wayans. I mean, either I love it or I'm a glutton for punishment because I keep doing it. So, that was the 5th time that he and I worked together. But that story in particular just has a soft spot in my heart because we were playing a newly divorced couple trying to co-parent in love. And at the time when I booked the job, I was like literally 3 weeks I had just filed for my divorce. So it really helped me heal.
Wow.
And it really helped me navigate that terrain in love, which was really incredible. And then at the same time, we became, Marlon and I, having already established a friendship of 20 years, we became really good friends with our co-stars, Giala Riddle and Brucia Webb. So the family got bigger, and we just had an incredible time. But then I left there and I went and I did Ambitions for OWN. And that was a completely different show and a drama, but I loved it because I loved playing Amara, and I got to work with the incomparable and amazing Robin Givens, which was incredible, and Brian White and Brayley Evans and my husband, the gentleman who played my husband, Kendrick Cross. He was fantastic and not bad on the eyes. If you haven't seen it, you can binge watch it on Star.
He's a cutie.
Not a bad way to make $1. Like, go make out with this guy for 30 minutes. Okay.
Now I didn't know that you were an ordained minister. And, with the coronavirus going on, you had a lot of requests for virtual weddings?
No. But who knows? I'm supposed to do one in October here in California. So, with the way the numbers are going, people wear masks. Just do it.
Right.
Just don't. It's not about how you feel about it. Just do it. But, I'm supposed to do one in October, actually, here in California. I love doing marriage ceremonies because I write them and I make sure that they incorporate what the couple wants. So it's really great. It's funny because after my divorce, people are like, "You still want to do weddings?" I was like, "Yeah, I still believe in marriage." Right. I still believe in love. Just because it didn't work for me, that doesn't mean it doesn't work. But it's a great way to kind of discover from their perspective and reimagine what love means and why people make that commitment. And I think it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to have the privilege and the honor to do. So, yeah, I'm getting ready to do another wedding.
Well, I tell you, we'll definitely be watching, and I'm sure everybody loved working with you because I had the opportunity to work with you before, and you're such a pleasure to work with you. That one time we were, what was the award show we hosted? I can't think of it.
Yeah, we were hosting the Trump Award. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We had
a great time.
A great time, the rehearsal, and just laugh the whole day. So listen, man, make sure that you all do not miss Coins for the Love. That's this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern and 8 Central on TV One. And let everybody know real quick how you can be reached, where everybody can follow, and catch up on everything that you're working on.
Oh, thank you, Rickey. I'm on Instagram and Twitter as Essence Says, ESSENCE, my name, and then Says, SAYS. But yeah, you can find me on social media. There's a blue check. I'm verified. They believe me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up and show your love for Essence Atkins. Congratulations.
Thank you guys so much.
No, thank you. Front page coming up. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, it's the morning show, 26 minutes after the hour. Y'all got your front page right here. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wash Up Wednesday. Here's a quick look at your headline news. So the U.S. has set another single-day record for coronavirus cases, recording 67,000 new cases yesterday. Florida is now averaging 81 deaths per day, and over 3,500 people were hospitalized yesterday in Arizona. U.S. hospitals have been told by the Trump administration that as of today, they must start sending their coronavirus patient reports and numbers to the government's Health and Human Service Department instead of the CDC, Center for Disease Control, where it's usually sent. So officials claim that this will make it easier to know what supplies are needed, but the database isn't open to the public, making some believe that Trump is up to something crooked. Also, during an interview with CBS News, President Trump reminded us once again where he stands on the race on racism. When asked about black people being killed by police, here's what he had to say.
And so are white people. So are white people. What a terrible question to ask. So are white people. More white people, by the way. More white people.
And when asked about the Confederate flag's painful symbolism of slavery for many black people, this is what he had to say.
I know people that like the Confederate flag and they're not thinking about slavery. I just think it's freedom of speech.
Wow.
All right,
just come on out with the hood on.
Okay. In other news, former Attorney General Jeff Sessions lost his U.S. Senate GOP primary runoff to former Auburn University football coach Tommy Tuberville. And Tuberville. Say it, Ricky.
Tuberville. Yeah, Tuberville. Yep.
So he went ahead and lost that.
I just hope that Cam Newton, Bo Jackson, all the Lionel James, all of the
Auburn greats,
all the Auburn greats, all the football players that came out of Auburn, which is a lot of them. Even the big what's his name that do the commercial, the TV commercials for vitamins for men. He played baseball at Auburn. Frank Thomas. I just hope all of the Auburn players come out and take a stand with Doug Jones or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, and Bama players as well, because he just on the wrong side of history. I don't understand how you can coach black players. This is one of the reasons I keep saying this, man. How can you coach black football players and don't understand and be tone deaf when it comes to inequality? You coached all these players. You see what these players go through. You went into their homes and recruited them to come to Auburn, and people like you and Dabo Swinney just are totally tone deaf. And I believe, because if you stand with Donald Trump, that you definitely stand against Black Lives Matter movement, and everybody's trying to march against social injustice.
Yeah,
I don't understand
ways about it.
And I just would hope that all of those players at those universities, man, just take a stand and just walk off and go to a HBCU. And if you go to a HBCU, I promise you, ESPN and everybody else will follow and build these programs at Alabama State University and in Savannah State University and FAMU and Morehouse and Spelman and Clark, and I can go on and on with our prestigious HBCU. So I just wanted to say that, man. I hate it. I hate it.
Perfect segue, because what's going on in sports, Rocky?
Oh, absolutely, man. We're going to start off with NBA star James Harden, who arrived to NBA Disney campus 5 days after the rest of his team flew in a few days ago. No reason for his being late, but if you remember, keep in mind his teammate Russell Westbrook tested positive.
It happens at the same time.
And let's get into the hot spot.
He got an Atari 2600. You doing this stuff off a ColecoVision?
Ooh,
with the one button.
The doggone Donkey Kong pitfall card you had. Go ahead, rock it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. There you go.
Go back, Rock.
Go ahead and give us your last story. No, you keep the music the same. Go ahead and do your last story.
Hey, just real quick, man. Sources say that Cleveland Browns are finalizing a 5-year deal worth $125 million extension with their star defensive end, Myles Garrett. This would make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. So big up to Myles Garrett right there. There it is, Rickey the Tat. Hell of your business.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat, and this is the Hot Spot, where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. I think we talked about this on Dish Nation, or y'all may know already. Tamara Mowry has officially quit the daytime talk show The Real. She's apparently leaving after the talk show she was offered a 75% reduction in her salary. So what happened to get her salary cut? Well, an executive from the show explained that she was making $3 million a season compared to Adrian, who makes $500,000, and Jeannie, who makes $500,000, and Lonnie, who makes about $1 million. The executive continued that Tamara makes more than all of the other hosts combined, and it's caused friction among the cast. And when her contract was up, she was offered a pay cut, and she was offered $1 million, and she chose to leave. Wow. All right. Moving on, y'all. Idris Elba is speaking out against removing racist movies. He said that he don't think they should be removed. He said, to mock the truth, you got to know the truth. But to censor racist themes within a show, to pull it, wait a second. I think viewers should know that people made shows like this. His words come as several movies, including Gone with the Wind, were pulled from streaming sites. He said, out of respect for the time in the movement, commissioners and archives holders, they're pulling things that are exceptionally tone deaf at this time, and it's not fair. He said, but he thinks moving forward, people should know their freedom of speech is accepted, but the audience should know what they're getting into. All right, one more last real quick thing. Tina Turner is about to step out of retirement to do What's Love Got to Do With It remix. That's right, the 80-year-old Tina Turner, she about to do the remix of What's Love Got to Do With It. You must understand with a touch of your hand make my pulse react. Oh, that's yes. Whatever the reason, you do it for me. I've got to do it.
Come on now.
All right, are we over?
Man, you be killing it.
I can't wait to see this remix. Okay, y'all, we got to get up out of here. That's going to conclude the Hot Spot. Coming up next, we got Chef Budo with the quarantine cuisine and the praise mixed down with the White Stone. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. You must understand with the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. And nothing. All right, I'm going.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show, man. We got the one and only man, Chef Kurt Boudreaux, quarantine cooking. What up, Kurt?
What's going on, baby? What's happening with y'all?
Oh, man, he's back. He's back. Kurt Boudreaux, y'all.
What you going on, man? Today I got y'all some made a carbonara, man. It's an Italian pasta made with bacon, or should I say pancetta or bacon with egg and just some salt and pepper, man. I know it's easy peasy though. I tell you that. You just gotta do it right. Good. So I don't know if you ever had that, Rick, but
wait a minute, what is it again?
It's called carbonara.
Spaghetti carbonara.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what's in
carbonara. It's made with sometimes it's made with fettuccine, but I made mine with linguine. But you go ahead and cook off your bacon or your pancetta and leave those oils in the pan, and then you cook the pasta, and then you put your eggs, your parm cheese, salt and pepper, and then while that's still kind of warm, you mix that all in until it turns creamy, because you don't want to keep it on fire because it'll turn into scrambled eggs. So you just add your little red pepper flake, man, for a little kick on the back, and serve it up. It's off the chain, man. But you got to do it right, though, Rick.
Right. You cannot overcook it.
Yeah, because it'll turn straight into scrambled eggs with some
Right. And Kurt, how can we find this recipe?
Oh, man, you can find the recipe on Rickey Smiley Essence. You can follow your boy on Facebook at Boudreaux's Catering, and on Instagram, Chef_Boudreaux.
There it is, y'all. Y'all give it up and show love for the one and only Kurt Boudreaux.
Y'all have a good one, baby.